Tonight, out on the open ocean, two floating cities are moving toward each other in the dark. In only seconds, skill and steel stand between them and disaster. A cruise ship looks peaceful from the outside, soft music on the pool deck. Glass elevators sliding up and down. Couples leaning on balcony rails, watching the horizon melt into gold. But beneath that calm surface is a world of constant calculation, because at sea, there are no traffic lights. No painted lanes, no guardrails, just wind, current, steel, and human judgment. This is travel and cruise. And tonight, we're stepping inside the nerve center of the modern cruise ship to uncover how these giants avoid collision using radar, communication, and split-second emergency maneuvers that most passengers never even notice. A modern cruise ship can stretch over 1,000 feet long. It can carry 5,000 passengers and crew. It can weigh more than 150,000 tons. And yet it moves through open water at speeds up to 22 knots, often sharing busy sea lanes with cargo vessels, tankers, fishing boats, ferries, private yachts, and sometimes even drifting debris. From a distance, the ocean looks empty. But it's not. In high-traffic zones like the Caribbean, the Mediterranean, or near major ports in Florida, multiple ships can converge within miles of each other. Add fog, storms, nighttime navigation, or narrow channels, and the margin for error shrinks fast. So how do these massive ships avoid smashing into each other? The answer begins high above the passengers, inside the bridge. The bridge is the command center. It's a quiet, controlled environment filled with glowing screens, radar displays, navigation charts, and communication panels. The captain stands there with his officers, scanning both the horizon and digital data. Every movement of the ship is monitored, predicted, and adjusted. At the heart of collision prevention is radar. Modern cruise ships use advanced marine radar systems that send out radio waves in all directions. When those waves hit another object, a ship, landmass, buoy, or obstacle, they bounce back. The radar converts that reflection into a clear image on screen. Officers can see not just where another vessel is, but how fast it's moving and in what direction. But radar alone isn't enough. Today's ships also rely on AI as the automatic identification system. Every major commercial vessel broadcasts its identity, speed, heading, and location through eyes. On the bridge, officers can click on a target and instantly see the name of the other ship, its destination, its course, and even its call sign. It's like air traffic control. But on water, the officers don't just look at dots on a screen. They analyze vectors. They calculate CPA, the closest point of approach. That's the predicted minimum distance two ships will come to if both stay on their current course and speed. If that number drops below a safe threshold, alarms sound. And when alarms sound, attention sharpens. International maritime law governs how ships behave when paths cross. The COLREGs, the International Regulations for Preventing Collisions at Sea, define clear right-of-way rules. Just like road traffic laws, but written for oceans. If two power-driven vessels are crossing paths, the one that has the other on his starboard side must give way. If one vessel is overtaking another, the overtaking vessel must maneuver safely around. In head-on situations, both ships alter course to starboard. These rules are drilled into every officer from the first day of maritime training. They're not suggestions, they're mandatory standards. But rules mean nothing without communication. When two ships approach within several nautical miles, bridge officers often establish direct radio contact using VHF marine radio. One captain may call, "Vessel off my port bow. This is cruise ship on course 210 degrees. Intend to pass port to port." The other responds, confirming intentions. Clear, direct, professional. There's no ego at sea. There's only safety. Still, even with radar, eyes, and radio, human awareness remains critical. Officers visually scan the horizon with binoculars. They verify that what they see matches what the instruments display, because sometimes technology fails. And when it does, seamanship takes over. Night navigation is especially intense. Out on the black ocean, lights appear as small glows in the distance. Officers must identify whether those lights belong to a fishing vessel, a cargo ship, a buoy, or land. The color and position of navigation lights tell the story. Red means port side. Green means starboard. White lights indicate stern or masthead. A trained officer can determine another vessel's direction just by observing how those lights move. Now add weather. Fog can reduce visibility to near zero. Storm systems can push ships off course. Strong crosswinds can affect maneuverability, especially when docking. A cruise ship's massive side profile makes it vulnerable to wind drift. In those moments, the bridge team doesn't panic. They adjust speed, they widen safety margins. They may alter course early to create more passing distance. Slowing down is often the first and smartest move. Speed is a powerful factor in collision prevention. A slower vessel has more time to react. It reduces stopping distance. It lowers impact force in worst-case scenarios. And yes, cruise ships can stop, but not instantly. From full cruising speed, it can take significant distance to bring a vessel of that size to a complete halt. That's why anticipation is everything. Officers think miles ahead. They project scenarios before they unfold. In extreme situations, emergency maneuvers come into play. A hard overturn, where the rudder is pushed to maximum angle, can swing the ship away from danger. Modern ships are equipped with powerful bow thrusters and stern thrusters to assist with maneuvering at lower speeds. Azipods, on many vessels, allow propulsion units to rotate 360 degrees, giving unmatched control. These aren't dramatic movie moments with alarms blaring and people running. They are calculated, practiced responses executed by calm professionals. Cruise lines invest heavily in simulator training. Officers spend hours inside advanced bridge simulators that replicate real-world scenarios: heavy traffic, equipment failure, sudden obstacles, unpredictable weather. They train for the worst so that passengers never have to experience it, and it works. Major collisions involving modern cruise ships are rare. When incidents do occur, investigations often reveal a chain of small errors rather than a single catastrophic mistake. That's why modern maritime safety focuses on redundancy. Multiple radars, multiple officers on watch, cross-check systems, independent GPS receivers, backup steering systems, emergency power supplies, layers upon layers of protection. But there's another factor most passengers never consider: planning before the voyage even begins. Cruise routes are carefully charted. High-risk areas are studied. Traffic separation schemes, designated marine lanes, are mapped out. These lanes, especially in busy straits, keep vessels moving in organized flows. It reduces chaos. It reduces surprise encounters. Before entering a narrow channel or approaching port, pilots often board the ship. These local maritime experts know the waters intimately: tides, currents, sandbars, local traffic patterns. The captain retains command, but the pilot advises on precise navigation. It's a team effort. And then there are near misses, moments passengers never hear about. A cargo ship drifting slightly off track. A small fishing boat without proper IA's signal. Floating debris after a storm. In most cases, adjustments are made early. Course altered by a few degrees. Speed reduced slightly. Distance increased. No announcement, no drama, just quiet professionalism. The ocean demands humility. It punishes overconfidence. History has shown what happens when warning signs are ignored. Every maritime academy teaches case studies of past collisions, dissecting them minute by minute. What was missed? Who assumed? Who failed to communicate? Modern cruise navigation is built on those lessons. There's also automation assisting human decision-making. Collision avoidance software can generate predictive alarms when risk thresholds are crossed. But automation does not replace judgment, it supports it. Because at sea, responsibility rests with the captain and his officers. While passengers sleep in comfortable cabins, the bridge remains active 24 hours a day. Watches rotate every few hours. At least 2 qualified officers are present. Lookouts monitor visually. Engineers monitor propulsion systems below deck. It's a constant chain of vigilance. Even in open ocean with no visible traffic, monitoring never stops. Currents shift. Weather changes. Fishing fleets move unpredictably. And in rare emergencies, if a collision were unavoidable, cruise ships are built with compartmentalization. Watertight doors can isolate damaged sections. Fire suppression systems activate instantly. Emergency protocols are drilled repeatedly. But the goal is simple: never reach that point. The beauty of cruise travel lies in its illusion of effortlessness. You see sunsets, tropical ports, and endless blue water. You don't see vector calculations. You don't hear VHF radio negotiations. You don't feel the subtle rudder correction that avoided a close pass 5 miles away. That's by design. Safety at sea is not dramatic, it's disciplined. Next time you stand on a cruise ship's top deck and spot another vessel on the horizon, know this: while you admire the view, a team of trained professionals is already analyzing that ship's speed, angle, distance, and intent. They're projecting future positions. They're calculating safety margins. They're ensuring that two moving cities glide past each other with quiet precision. Because out there, steel meets skill. And skill wins. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the hidden world of cruise navigation, subscribe to Travel and Cruise and join us for more untold stories from the sea, where technology, training, and human judgment keep your journey smooth long before you ever notice.